Thank you. All right, thank you. So today's class will be more of introduction section, right? We're just going to get familiar. You will get to know me and I'll get to know you. And we'll just have to talk about the basis of software testing. We're just going to talk about the basis of software testing. Sorry for that, but so my name is Taiwo Bolatife Temlulua. Just call me Tife for the purpose of people that cannot call the long name like Bolatife. You can just call me Tife, right? And been into software testing for over 2 years now. I have quite a number of experience in both manual testing and automation testing, right? And also familiar with most of the automation testing tools, as well as manual testing tools also for test case design, test plan, and others. So we are here to share our knowledge to get to know each other. Please, can we have like 2 to 3 people that want to introduce themselves before we proceed with this class? Please, I'll get to know you guys. Please, let's try to respond. Abdul Qadri, can you please unmute and introduce yourself?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abdul Qadri Abdulaziz.
All right, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
All right, Blessing Samuel, right? Can you please unmute and introduce yourself also?
Hello, good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, ma'am. My
Good
name
evening.
is Blessing Samuel. Happy to be here.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
All right, nice meeting you also. All right, we have Dayo Ide, if I'm not wrong. Can you please unmute and also introduce yourself before we proceed with the class?
Good evening. Good evening, Oluwatife. This is Temidayo Ige, and I'm here to learn software testing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. So we'll be going to the slide properly now. So we're going to talk about the overview of software testing. This is not our first time of hearing software testing. We've always heard software testing, quality assurance. Why do we test? What are we doing? What is the purpose of software testing as a whole? Just think about software testing. I don't want us to overthink it, right? I want us to think about it as something that we all almost engage in whenever we have a product to do or we have a service to give out. Let's take, for example, now a Ribena, the Ribena industry, the people that produce this drink, Ribena. How many of us are familiar with it? Please unmute and respond. Don't try to. Hello?
Yes, Ribena.
Yes, Ribena. Thank you very much. So every product has a testing phase. There's no product without a testing phase. If they want to produce Ribena, before they give it to customer, before it gets to customer, it will have passed through some testing phases. Like, what are they checking for? To check if whatever they are giving out to the customer is of high quality, if it's error-free. When we talk about error, imagine you want to drink, you're drinking Ribena and you're not getting the taste. Everybody knows the taste of that drink. And you're drinking it and you're getting something like you're tasting Zobo, you're tasting something that is not related to what you know Ribena to be. We question the quality of that product and might even show the complaint as a whole. So every product has a testing phase. That is why software also needs to be tested. So just software testing, according to the slide, is a method to check whether the actual software product, it matches the requirements. The actual software product is, if it matches what the requirement is. Like, okay, this is the product I want to give. Is it, okay, I have some list of requirements. For Ribena, I guess the color is purple, right? Yes, the color of Ribena product must be purple. Okay, is this Ribena drink we are producing out, is it purple? Imagine you want to buy a Ribena drink that is not purple, is now green. Are you going to get it? Hello?
No.
Yes, I just want us to respond that. Are you going to get a Ribena drink? Everybody know Ribena to be purple, not green. I don't want to get a Ribena drink, you see green. Are you going to purchase that drink?
No.
What will
No.
come to your mind? What will come to your mind first?
Probably it's fake.
It's fake, of course. You think, no, this is not the Ribena I'm familiar with, so it's fake. So the drink does not meet the requirements. The color of this product should be purple. So if it's any other thing other than purple, even if it's, some people even check, okay, this purple is not light purple, it's not dark purple. So people are very good at checking the color before they feel like, okay, I want to purchase this product. So every application also needs a software tester. We have some list of requirements that an application should work with, should matches before you can tick it that, okay, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. So as a software tester, you're just checking those list of requirements. Okay, this application should do this, should do that against what we have, against the product we want to give to our users. And we have to ensure that our software is error-free. When I mean error-free, like there is no form of error, not like a user is trying to click a button and cannot click. There was a time I was trying to work on an application, right? And I was trying to click submit. What I'm submitting initially has been submitted, but because there was no message, no pop-up like, okay, submission successful, something, I was still clicking over and over again. So that's like an error, because you need to give your customer, your user feedback, right? That's okay. This thing you are trying to submit has been submitted successfully. So the user, okay, I've submitted my form. So we are just to check those lists of requirements against what we have. So that is what software testing is all about, to produce to produce a product that is error-free, that is bug-free, a product that does not have any error at all. And if at all it must have error, it must be least minimal. It must be something that will not be known to the users, not something that will be very obvious and frustrate the users from using the app. It requires, like, we can actually test software, either we test manually or we test automation. We are going to talk about it later. Either we use manual testing, that is, you are the one testing, it is performed by human action. You relate with the software and you get reply, you check it yourself, and either use automation testing tools, that is, you use automation testing tools to test, okay, you are using a particular machine to test if this is working, if this is not working, and all. So we have what is quality assurance. Software testing, basically, as I've explained, is just like, okay, you have a list of requirements that an application should meet. Then you just want to test against the list of requirements. That is what software testers do. They don't test beyond the list of requirements. If they say that the color of an application should be purple, a software tester will just check, is this Ribena purple? Okay, it's purple. A software tester will tick. But a quality assurance person will go beyond checking the color. Okay, the color of this application should be purple. A quality assurance person will go, okay, it's purple. Yes, it's purple. Okay, what type of purple? Is it light purple? Is it a quality assurance is more like questioning the application to be so sure that we are delivering quality, not just to tick requirements. That's different. That's just the major difference between a software tester and quality assurance. A quality testing is a process to ensure that an organization deliver the best products and services. Like, we are not aiming at just ticking those list of requirements. We're aiming at giving out our best, like giving out our whole. If we want to, we're aiming at being one of the top rank in the field. If either it's e-commerce, either it's fintech, we are aiming at having the best. At the end of the day, we're aiming at having the best product out there. So that's what a quality assurance do. A quality assurance aims to deliver consistent results through a set of standardized procedures, which means that the organization also needs to make sure that their process for achieving the desired results, it specifically quantity benchmark themselves. So a quality assurance person is just going to go beyond checking the requirements, as I've said earlier, to testing that application, if it's working the way it's supposed to work, if it's actually performing every functions that is supposed to perform and beyond. Okay, we have this working. What if we add this to it? It's just like, if you want to get a cake now, you have a cake that is not decorated cake. Maybe they call it naked cake. I'm not into that industry, so I don't really know. I may not get the right name. But you have a cake that is not decorated, and have a cake that is decorated, which one are you going to go for? I feel like most of us want to go for the one that is decorated because we'll be attracted to something rather than the one that is not decorated. So I feel like quality assurance are just people that ensures that, okay, we have a cake. Yes, we have a cake. It's edible. We have an edible cake. Everybody can eat this cake. But we need to put those decoration on the cake just to make sure that we are giving out the best product out there. So that's what quality assurance is. Please, do we understand so far? Hope I'm not too fast. Hope you are getting it right. I need feedback before I continue.
Yes, with you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, why is software important? Why do you have to do the software testing? If developers write code, and they should just deploy to production, everybody should just be making use of the app. Just imagine that you want to start a cake business and you bake the cake, put all the ingredients. This is not what you want to eat or what you want to prepare for your family. This is what you want to put out there. You now decide not to taste the cake before you put it out. Can you even do that? Like, can anyone like? Is it wise for us to do something like that? That we are trying to start a cake business and we do not taste the cake that we are giving out to others before we give it out. Can anyone do that?
No.
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 So that is why software testing is important. Software testing is important because we need to know what we are giving, the product we are giving. Let's talk about e-commerce application now. Jumia, for example. Jumia needs to be so sure that if user is trying to click on add to cart, if you want to order on the application, I want to click on add to cart, that add to cart button must be functioning well. They must not just feel like, imagine you want to order something on Jumia and you just click on add to cart and you did not see cart it has been added successfully. You do not know if the button is working or not. You'll be frustrated and you just leave Jumia to the next Temu, right? Temu, we have Temu now, we have Kunga. You just leave it, okay, I'm not using Jumia again. You just leave Jumia to another product that is available. So that's why software testing is important. We are here to prevent important bugs. We are here to prevent important error in software. We are here to make sure that important bugs and error is not what our users get to know about. It is what we know in-house and we get to fix it in-house. As big as Meta is, there's a lot of bugs. I was even telling someone lately that why is Meta now full of bugs these days? Are there quality assurance person sleeping? But because those bugs are obvious to users. Okay, most of us use Instagram now. It's not my phone alone. So if you are trying to read a comment of a post, before there is a comment count that will show you the number of people that have commented, right? Please, I need to be so sure you're following.
Yes,
Hello?
that's right.
Yes, before you used to see comment counts, but lately on Instagram, you do not see the number of people that comment. Sometimes you will think nobody has comments, but when you open the comment section, you will have seen lots of comments. How many of us have experienced that kind of thing on Instagram lately?
Yes.
Yes, that is a bug. Because before I check a comment, I'll have to know the number of people that has commented on that post, because some posts you feel like, okay, we have 500 comments, let me just go to the comment section, especially for those people that are comment readers. They don't comment, but they are comment readers. So it is the number of comments that will drag them to comment section. But imagine I just open a post now and I did not see the number of comments. And meanwhile, that post is not like that post does not have any comments. The post already has a lot of comments. But because there's no comment count, the comment count is not reading. So users is not aware if that comments field is working. So we have to check. We have to check if it is the important bugs as a software tester. That's why testing is important. It's important for us to detect the faults earlier so that we're able to fix it, so that it can be identified at early stage. At early stage, before user gets to identify it. This thing might be identified by Instagram in-house. I don't know, maybe they are working on that bug or not, or maybe they count it as not important, but we are still going to talk about bug and how it's being reviewed. Maybe they count it as a bug that is less important because it does not really affect the functionality. we are still going to talk about those more later in the class, but it is a bug that needed to be fixed. It's still a bug. So we have to properly test the software product to ensure that there is reliability. Not like you are trying to do something on a software application and you're not able to do it. You will be frustrated and just go to the next alternative. Security, high performance, especially some school portal. I know most of us go to school, and when we're in school, when we want to check our results, doing maybe my own school now, for example, when we want to check our results, the school portal will just stop working. That is the moment the school portal will just working, because of high performance. That kind of application or the link did not pass through the performance testing. If they have passed through the performance and load and stress testing, they will have known that, okay, this is the certain number of users that can use this application. This is the point it will break, and they will have made sure that they do everything that is necessary for it. So in order to save our time also, because in the development phase, if a bug is known by the user, the time it will cost you to fix it will be different from if a bug is reported by your QA person. Imagine you want to produce a product. I'm just going to be relating to products that everybody can relate to in my examples, right? Imagine you want to eat gala. I feel like gala expires within the period of a week, if I'm not wrong. Is it a week or 2 weeks? How many of us take gala here, right?
A week.
It's a week.
Is a week, okay. Imagine you now want to eat gala and you're so conscious of the expiring date. You now get your gala and you now see that the gala you're getting, the production date is today and the expiring date is today. Will you proceed to eat the gala?
No.
No, because you feel like you produce this gala today and you're saying that the gala has also expired today. I'm not so sure if is an error on the production date or the expiring date. We want to trash that gala. Okay, this is not what I want. You want to trash the gala and be like, okay, I need something better, or you want to go for any alternative you can find. So we need to, the time it will cost us to fix a bug when it is being known in-house. Imagine before they produce that gala out, one of their QA person, because they have QA in big industry also, one of the QA person has come, we are producing a wrong expiring date. They will have corrected it in-house, and the loss will not have been, will have been minimalistic. Like it will not be as big as if it is being known by other users out there. So that is why we need to test. We need to test because it is important for us to test. It saves time, it is cost efficient, and lastly, to satisfy our customer. We don't want our customers to be using an application and be like, these people that designed this application, they should be sending bad words to them. Like that is not what we want. We want to give them everything that they want. So we've talked about what is software testing, the overview of software testing. In short, we've talked about quality assurance. Quality assurance is different from software testing, don't forget. And we've talked about why software testing is also important. Do we have any questions so far before I go to the rule of engagement? Please, any question from anybody? You can unmute and talk. If you have any question. Okay, shall I ask my question? Okay, I feel like everybody in this class understands. Okay, peace, right? Peace. Can you please, hello, peace. Peace.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Yes, can you please explain in your own language what you understand by software testing?
Okay, what I understand by software testing is that you test softwares to make sure that they are defect-free before it gets to the end user. Like you try to put yourself in the shoes of the user, like you're the one actually using the software, and try to be as detailed as possible so that you'll be able to find the defects that the end user may likely find out and get it resolved before it gets out to the market.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So I want another person to voluntarily explain what the person understands by quality assurance. Quality assurance. Anyone, just unmute and talk or raise your hand. Anyone? Okay, it's like you guys like me calling out names. Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
Sam,
I
please
think
proceed.
quality. Okay.
Okay, Faith, you can talk. Sam, please hold on. Faith.
All right. So quality assurance here. So they test beyond the requirements. That's
Okay.
it. Just short. Yeah.
Yeah, the text beyond the requirements. All right, Sam, please, you can add yours.
I think that's mostly what I would have said. To make sure that you go further than testing the normal. If there's any little bug that is not necessary to be seen by others, make sure it's 100% okay before it gets to the end user.
All right. Thank you very much. Peace, you will want to say something? Unmute and talk.
Okay, yeah. So quality assurance also cuts across meeting requirements of the products.
Yeah, yes. It's beyond meeting the requirements of the products. They test for quality. Like they ensure that what other things should be added to this product. As I've said earlier, like a naked cake and a covered cake, like a well-designed cake. Okay, a software tester will just test, is this cake sweet? What is the level of the sugar? Is it okay? Is it edible? That's what the software tester will test based on the requirements given to the software tester. But the quality assurance person will go beyond the sweetness and everything. They will check for that. Of course, they will check for that. Not that they will skip it too. They will check for that and they will just add to it. Okay, what if we add this to this cake? What if we do this to this cake? Hope we are still going to get what we're supposed to get. So that's what quality assurance do. Okay, anybody that wants to explain why software testing is important for me before we go to the role of the engagement? Anyone, please?
Cost effectiveness. It says
Why?
cost.
Sam, please, are you talking? We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Hello, Sam. Okay.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now. Hello? Sam, please, I think you need to check your network, right? Kindly unmute. Faith, please, you want to say something?
Yes. Software testing is important because they can detect the bug in the software before it even gets out
Yeah,
to
we
the
can
users,
detect
the end users.
before it gets out to the end users. All right. So that's why software testing is important. And
Hello?
so moving on, like for the purpose of the call, like for this course, our learning objective, we're going to understand the fundamental of software testing. Like we're going to understand the fundamental of software testing, everything that has to do with basis of software testing. We're going to understand it. And we're going to learn different types of testing and how to use them. We have different types of testing and we have when and how to use them. They will now ask you to be like, okay, perform a functional test on this application. And you now start performing a load test. It's two different things. You will not be giving them what they do not want. You will not be giving them a report they do not want as a quality assurance person or as a software tester or product tester is not advisable. So you're going to understand different types of testing and when to use them. We are going to gain hands-on experience in designing test plan and test cases. Yes, test plan is like a document that talks about how we are going to test in future. It is what we plan for. Okay, we have a test to carry out next month. These are the features in the box. These are the requirements. So we are going to plan ahead. So that's test plan, and test cases on the other hand is just like a document. That's a detailed document that shows us what to be tested for, how we are going to be tested, and the description. We have description for scenarios and every other thing in the we have sorry for that. We have every other thing in the test cases. And I'm going to perform test case execution and bug reporting. I'm going to be using industrial tools for our bug reporting. I'm going to be using Linear. Yes, we're going to be using Linear for bug reporting. How do you report a bug? How do you assign a bug to yourself? How do you know that a bug has been resolved? How do you pick up a resolved bug? We are going to learn about bug and bug reporting also. And we are going to be doing UI, API, and mobile testing. For our UI testing, for the purpose of this call, that is going to come the third month, yes. And we are going to be using Selenium automation tool for our UI testing. And we're going to be using Postman for our API testing. API testing, we're going to be using Postman. And our mobile testing, we are going to be using BlueStack for simulating our environment. For simulating our environment, we're going to be using BlueStack. But if we have an Android phone, we can proceed to use APK directly and test on our mobile directly, or even iPhone, depending on what we are testing for. So for the first month, we are going to be talking about manual testing, everything that has to do with manual testing for the first month. The second month, we are going to be talking about everything that has to do with API testing for the second month. And for the third month, we are going to be checking the UI testing, the automation testing parts using Selenium. So I just want us to put our mind to what we are doing. We should relax and we should do our findings. Beyond class, we should go and search for resources online. We should consume, devote as many resources we can devote to groom ourselves in this field. So that is all. So the rules of engagement when it comes to class, like, please, when you're in class, always mute your mic when you're in class and stay muted unless you ask to speak. Like, unless I'm throwing something to you, we don't want to hear what is going on in the background. So we won't distract others. So please, we will need you to always mute your mic. Ask questions if you are not clear. Please don't be shy. I know there are some introverts here, and I know there are some people that will not talk until I call their name. If you have any question, please just raise up your hand. I'll ask you to unmute, and you can ask your question. Be friendly and be respectful during class. Please don't look as if we are not fighting with anybody, right? So be friendly and respectful during class and in Discord channel. So if you know that you're on the Discord and anybody is asking you any question, if you have the answer, reply. Be friendly and respect that person. You know, one thing I used to say is that you can give a knowledge to anyone. Like you can give the knowledge to anyone, but it's not everyone you can teach manners. You cannot teach them manners. So I just feel like you need to be as respectful as you can to your colleague, to your trainers, to the organizers of the program as a whole. You need to be very, very respectful. That is important. Be willing to share your knowledge with others if they ask you for help. If you know anything and anybody's coming later on during the course, anybody might come to meet you and be like, okay, I need help on this. I need you to share this for me. Please be ready to share your knowledge. Nobody's an island of knowledge. If there's anything you can share with me too, please, you can always message me on Discord. I'm available. Just share it with me. So be ready to share your knowledge. Don't hoard knowledge. Whatever you know, give it out to other people to know. You rise by lifting others, right? Yeah. Follow all the rules on the Discord channels. There are some rules on that channel, like how they want this channel to, how we want the channel to run. Like we don't want spam message. We don't want, just go back to that rule under the onboarding section. Just drop it down and go to that rules. Just go back and read those rules and regulations. It's very, very important for you to read those rules and regulations. Read those rules and regulations and follow them. It's just for the meantime, and make sure that you're as respectful as you can. Give your best to every task and make sure you submit before deadline. This great task that we did, I just give some people pass mark, like not because they give their best, but because it's great tax, right? If they do that for any other tax, I might not give them anything. So you don't have to give your best. When you're submitting anything, just submit your best. Just put in your best. And submit before deadline. Don't wait for, okay, the deadline is 6 o'clock on Sunday. Okay, I will start the tax. Today is Tuesday. You feel like, okay, I still have time. And now wait till 6 on Saturday. Okay, now tax is even simple. I'll start on Saturday by 6. Then you now start doing it. Then you're unable to meet up. You're unable to submit before deadline. No, don't do that. Put all your mind to this thing and get it right. And do your best. Do your best. Give everything in your capacity to make sure that, okay, when you are a trainee in KodeCamp, you actually in this, and you did this, you did that. So this is going to be the end of this introduction to software testing. So if you have any question, please raise up your hand. Sorry. Any question? And okay, Emmanuel. Emmanuel,
Good evening.
good
Yes,
evening.
good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening.
Yes, please, I want you to go back to the second slide.
So the quality assurance, what is quality assurance?
No, the one before this one, second
Which
one.
introduction?
Yes.
Okay, this one. All right.
Okay, there's something I just want to pick from there. Software testing is the process of checking a software application. Okay, sorry, just 1 second. Yes, I just wanted to catch that last statement. Thank you.
All right. All right. Favor, please go ahead. Emmanuel, you can mute now.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
you made mention of the you made mention that we should like look for other resources. Is there anyone you can recommend?
Of course, I'll be sharing you resources will be needed before the class. Yes,
Oh, okay, thank you.
yes, you're welcome. Doris,
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to ask if this material would be available on the group.
on the group,
Yes,
no,
sir.
where it will be available, we'll communicate to you later.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay. Yeah. Sam,
Okay, I believe you can hear me now.
yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I just want to ask, I believe there are some applications we'll be working with. I mentioned a few. Can you like put it on the group so that we can download them or something like that?
All right, all right. The first, okay, I'll send the list to the group. But this first month, we are going to be using only Linear for the first month because we are doing manual testing, and the Linear is just for bug reporting. The second month, we are going to be using API, like Postman for our API testing. That's when we need to download Postman. And the third month, we are going to be using Selenium for our UI testing. But I'll still send the list to the group anytime it requires, right? So you can download it before class.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Peace.
Okay, please, when is resources going to be uploaded on the LMS? Like,
Yes,
when are we going to see
that's
them?
that's going to be before a class. You know, this class is more like an introduction section, right? If I'm going to teach a topic that requires you to get external resources, I'm going to add the link of those external resources in the class
Okay,
on the LMS.
all right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, is that all? Please, how many of us are having issues with LMS and Discord?
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me address someone. Adebola, right? Is asking where you can get the upcoming class link. Adebola, can you unmute your mic, please? I usually don't respond to people who don't speak. If you're doing chat, I may not respond to you. So unmute if you want me to actually um solve your problem. But if you're the shy type, then I guess we'll just move on. Okay, Temi, you can move on.
All right, all right. So is there anyone having issue with the LMS and Discord? Like maybe you're not on the right channel, because someone still messaged me up till this evening that she's not on the right channel on Discord. She's just seeing this channel right now. So is there anyone? Okay. So in case there is no question, there is no question. Abdul, can you unmute your mic and respond, please?
All right, ma. Sorry, ma. Good evening, ma. I was
Good
in a
evening.
really noisy place, so I couldn't talk. I was asking when we can get the upcoming class links. Like, I had to get this particular meeting link from one of my friends. I cannot get it directly from any of the Discord channel.
I personally posted this link to the Discord channel, software testing, this afternoon. Others, please, can you confirm you get your link from there? Anyone?
Yes, from the discussion.
Yeah.
Yes, I got mine from the discussion.
Yes, from the discussion.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
It's
So,
not here. Okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's another one. There's this one that I'm currently on, and people are still even asking for the meeting link here.
Adebola, hold on.
Okay.
Adebola, hold on. First of all, you're already missing out on information. It shows that you have not read the announcement channels, right? Because if you did, you'd see where countless times people have been instructed to go to the get a level role channel and select their level role, which would give you access to your track channels, right? So go to get a level role channel. It's under the CodeCamp 5.0 category, which you can see, and select the beginner level. Currently, you just have the training level, which I can see from here, right? So do that, and then you have access to the software testing channel on Discord. So do that right away. And that goes for every other person
All right, thanks.
who doesn't have access to the track channel. That shows you don't have your level role, right? When you were signing up, when you were joining the Discord and you selected that you want to be part of the bootcamp, that gave you a trainee and a member role. Nice one, Adebola. You have done it, so it has reflected and I can see it. So that solves your problem. The link for the class is pinned. Yeah, that's actually been pinned if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's pinned. So it's something you can always access once you go to pinned messages. The link is there, right? So there's no new link. It's just going to be one link, till the bootcamp ends or the classes end for you. So save it somewhere that you can easily access it. So I'm sure Adebola, your problem is solved. Thank you. Back to you, Temi.
All right. Lawan, Ario, please you can unmute and speak now.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good
Please,
afternoon.
as I'm listening to this training, I'm in transit, I'm driving, so I don't know because I may not be able to concentrate very well. So is there a link I probably will be dropped so that I on the Discord so that I can go back home when I get home, I can check it again. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, let me respond to that. So,
Okay.
were you part of the opening ceremony?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
You were in transit too.
At that time, was it around 1 or so? Was it around 12? No, I wasn't. I wasn't
Okay,
in
you were in
transit.
transit.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's closing
All right.
time. I'm not here,
All
so
right,
I'm coming
that was a
from work.
light joke though. Don't worry. But
No,
still
it's
sure
all
that you
right, no
missed out on the
problem.
information. Every class is
Mm.
recorded and uploaded to YouTube.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so every class. So all you have to do is just go to our YouTube channel, right? And then
Okay.
it's actually arranged based on playlists. So
Okay.
there's a C# playlist. So for every video, every class, it's going to be in that playlist, right? So go there, subscribe to the YouTube channel so that once the video is uploaded, you will get a notification, right? One of the things we won't do is to take YouTube links and drop on the channels. That's spoon feeding, and we don't do that in KodeCamp, right? We give you information and then you actually do take over the rest. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes, thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Okay, do you have another one? Anyone that wants to ask any question before we call it a day? Okay. Okay, please, over to you. I don't know if you have any other thing else.
Okay, yeah, we'll round up. No, don't worry. I don't, and we don't also take questions from iPhones users, you know, anything that doesn't sound like name of a human being. You know, please, we don't take questions. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
Becca, you can now ask your question.
Good evening. I'm sorry. I didn't got it on iPhone. Okay, so I wanted to know, she made mention of using Selenium for the UI testing. I was wondering if we could also use Cypress, or is it only Selenium that we are to use?
Yes, we are only using Selenium for the UI testing.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that answers your question. So use Selena, sorry, Selenium for the UI testing. Okay, I think that's right. Thank you very much, everyone. So, like I said, this link is just the same. So, save it so you can always you have access to it easily. Try as much as possible to be punctual, right? You know, I saw a lot of you in the waiting room, and yeah, that's actually great. Yeah, I wish you guys the best, and I hope to see you all at the closing ceremony as certified certified finalists. Yeah, hope to see you at the end. So thank you very much, and do have a wonderful day ahead. Bye, everyone.
All right, bye, everyone.